Evidence of the Assyrians' conquest of the Holy Land has been discovered in Jerusalem, Israel. The discovery of a building that the Assyrians likely tore down in the 8th century BC reveals the political dynamics of that age in Jerusalem. And this is an aerial view of the excavation at Mordot Armona in Jerusalem, which shows the remains of the administrative building. Archaeologists have found evidence of an Assyrian military campaign against Judea that resulted in the siege of Jerusalem. The campaign was launched in 701 BC when Sennacherib was king of Assyria and Hezekiah was king of Judea. Sennacherib launched the campaign because he considered Hezekiah a vassal king who should obey the Assyrians, but Hezekiah refused and rebelled against him. The Assyrians conquered much of Judea and laid siege to Jerusalem, but for reasons that are unclear, failed to take the city. The Hebrew Bible claims that the angel of the Lord went out and put to death the 185,000 in the Assyrian camp, according to 2 Kings 19:35, while Assyria records claim that Hezekiah paid a vast amount of tribute so the Assyrians would leave Jerusalem alone. New evidence in the Mordot Armona neighborhood of Jerusalem. Archaeologists discovered an administrative building that was used for taxation in ancient times. The building went through a number of changes during the 8th and 7th centuries BC. Archaeologists found that during the 8th century BC, the building was used as a center that processed taxes to Hezekiah and contained jars with inscriptions saying the taxes were the property of the king. What we see here is the economic generator of the Judean kingdom. Neria Sapir, an excavation director of the site, said in a translated video released by the Israeli Antiquities Authority, IAA. Sapir explained that the jars would have gone out to the countryside where people, possibly landlords or government officials, would have collected taxes and paid them in agricultural products, possibly olive oil. Some of the jar handles contain the names of people, possibly those who ensured the taxes were collected and paid to the king. When Sennacherib invaded Judea, his forces destroyed this building and reduced it to a pile of rubble. Large stones from the building's foundation were placed on top of the rubble, making it more visible to those in the surrounding countryside. The timing of the destruction and the fact that the foundation stones were placed on top means that the destruction was likely intentional. We interpret these dramatic changes as a statement by the Assyrian imperial government intended to convey a political diplomatic message to the surrounding region and make it clear who is really in charge. Excavation director Sapir, Nathan Ben Ari and Ben Yamin Stochian said in an IAA statement. The archaeologists found that during the 7th century BC, the building was rebuilt and jars were once again used to collect taxes, but this time the inscription of the jars were different, indicating that people were not paying taxes to Hezekiah, but rather to the king of Assyria. This indicates that while Hezekiah was allowed to remain king of Judea, the Assyrians had begun extracting taxes from the area surrounding Jerusalem. This is by Owen Jaris on Live Science. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. My Patreon account, the daily posts are 5 videos daily and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.